I think the clip that's going to get a lot of buzz from the debate last night is the clip about the Proud Boys. Now, I don't know much about the Proud Boys, but that really doesn't matter for this conversation. Did Trump really refuse to denounce white supremacy? Here's the clip.
You have repeatedly criticized the vice president for not specifically calling out Antifa and other left-wing extremist groups. But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland?
Sure,
are you
I'm
prepared
to
specifically
do it?
Well, go ahead, sir.
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing, not from the right wing.
So what are you saying?
I'm willing to do anything. I want to see peace.
Then do it, sir.
Say it. Do it. Say it.
Do you want to call him? What do you want to call him? Give me a name. Give me a
white
name.
Supremacists and
who would
white
you like me to condemn?
White supremacists and right
Proud Boys. Stand back and stand by. But I'll tell you what. Somebody's got to do something about Antifa and the left.
Okay, first off, Chris Wallace asked the question as if Trump has never denounced racists like the KKK and white supremacists. Wallace even prefaces the question with Trump calling out Biden for never denouncing Antifa, which he never has. But he doesn't proceed to ask Biden if he's willing to denounce Antifa. He goes after Trump. And Trump's immediate answer is sure. Let's watch that part again.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Sure.
So Trump denounced white supremacy immediately upon being asked the question. Then Wallace asks him if he's willing to tell them to stand down. And that's why Trump ended up saying stand back and stand by. Those are very common statements with the word stand. Trump just kind of bumbled his way through it. His focus was on trying to pressure Joe into taking a stance on Antifa. And in his haste, he misspoke. It's obvious. He was trying to use the same language Wallace used, and he misspoke. What's sad is that Wallace pretty much did the same thing to Trump in 2016.
What are your views on the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists?
I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke. I've been doing it now for 2 weeks. You're probably about the 18th person that's asked me the question.
And now, in this debate, after all the times Trump has denounced racism and white nationalists and neo-Nazis and the KKK and David Duke, to ask him this question like he's never condemned any of these groups is pretty outrageous. Plus, with all of the left-wing violence we're currently seeing in cities all across America, not to pressure Biden on whether he would denounce Antifa or not is pretty terrible on Wallace's part. And just in case you haven't seen a compilation of Trump disavowing racists, here you go.
Well, you've got David Duke just joined, a bigot, a racist, a problem. I mean, this is not exactly the people you want in your party.
Yeah, David Duke and all were disavowed. I disavowed him on Friday. I disavowed him right after that because I thought if there was any question.
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow, okay?
I disavowed David Duke, and I disavowed him the day before at a major news conference. David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions over the years. I'm saying to myself, how many times do I have to continue to disavow people?
So are you prepared right now to make a clear and unequivocal statement renouncing the support of all white supremacists?
Of course I am. Of course I am. I mean, there's nobody that's done so much for equality as I have.
Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists.
I disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough. I disavowed him every time I speak to somebody virtually, and they just keep it going. They keep it going.
And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
After all that Trump has done for historical black colleges and universities, signing the First Step Act and creating opportunity zones, it's absurd to think that Trump is a racist, and that in this debate he was telling a racist group to stand by for some marching orders or something. Look, there was a lot you could criticize both Trump and Biden for last night, but it's a lie to say that Trump refused to denounce white supremacy. He's done it many times over and over again. The headlines should actually read, Biden refuses to denounce Antifa. And that's the simple truth. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to become a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic, click on the link in the description and give what you can.